this video, you're going to learn how to install the Tailwind CSS really fast. I'm Diogo Veigas and make sure to watch until the end so you can start using this framework to create websites right now. Or at least in a couple of minutes when you finish the video, right? The first step would be navigating to their web page, and that's what we are going to do. Just search here Tailwind CSS in your favorite browser search bar, enter, and just go to the first one, tailwindcss.com. Here, as you can see, the website is pretty clean and cool. Let's get started. And with this, we are going to start following these commands here, because we are going to use here this CLI. You could use also the post CSS, or with another framework, or you also use the CDN. It's really fast and easy. It doesn't really need a video about it. Let's just go to the CLI, where you need the node.js.org, since we are going to install a lot of node modules and we are going to use it through npm, okay? So if you don't have it, take this time to install it right now. So the first thing that we're going to do, it's installing the Tailwind CSS. And to do that, we need to copy this text right here. Now going to my Visual Studio Code, I already have my Tailwind test folder ready. And I'm just going to create the new terminal, and it should be in the right path. If it is not, just click CD, two dots, and go to where you want to go, or just CD and the name, Tailwind test, to go forth in folders. Of course, make sure that you create folders with no spaces, because otherwise it'd be a little bit tricky to work. But now, as I just have said, just copy this link here and paste it in your terminal. Here, it's installing everything up, such as node modules, some JSON files, and everything that you will need to work with it. Here, some node modules, not all of them of course, and the Tailwind should be around here. Let me check. Yes, there we go, the Tailwind here. The callbacks, the default config, the file theme, and a lot more. npx tailwind init, just to create the Tailwind config file, because it will be used in case that you want additional stuff. And it's always good to have. Now here's the tailwind.config.javascript. Of course, we are also going to change it a little bit. You can either copy this here, copy everything up, and paste on the top, or you could just copy this source here and put it. Of course, you can change the content as well, because it is just selecting where everything is going to be, such as a source and where is going to be the HTML and the JavaScript. This is just going to be configure the template path. And now we are going to add the Tailwind directives to our CSS. And in this case, we don't have a CSS yet, because add blah blah blah, of course, for each of your layers of your main CSS file. And it should be something like input.css inside the source folder. So let's just copy this. And we are going to create a new folder called source. We are going to create a new file called input.css. With this, you are going to paste these 3 lines of code, the base, the components, and the utilities. And with this, we already add the directives to our CSS. Now to start the Tailwind, we need to use the CLI. And the CLI, it's a little bit tricky, since you need to run it in the terminal, of course, and you need to keep it running always, because if you don't have it running, it is not going to save the changes and allow you to use the Tailwind actual. So I've already got it activated. It is not really showing anything up because we didn't start yet making the HTML, but it's going to be really easy to understand in a couple seconds. Now start using Tailwind in your HTML. We are going to create an index.html in the source folder. So we are just going to copy this. They are saying add your compiled CSS to the head, which is already add for me to copy. So in this source, create a new file called index.html and paste it here. And as you can see, it is rebuilding because I have the autosave on, and everything I want to change, it is going to rebuild so I can see the changes. And to check this folder, how it is going to be, just right click, open with Live Server. If you don't have, just install Open Live Server. It's a free extension from Visual Studio Code. Let me check it live. Okay, I'm just going to reload because I'm really patient. Okay, there we go, Live Server. And another extension that's really good to install, it's the Tailwind. Of course, only if you really want to start programming in it. If you are just going to test it out, it's not really needed, but it will help a lot with the syntax when you just need to put the BG, and it will show you all the possibilities that you have. As you can see, we have the hello world, pretty bold and with underline, and as you can see, the size The font bold, it's making it bold, and the underline. I'm going to try to put this body with a background, with a black background, something like really dark, and we are going to try to put the color of the text, something like text, and then we are going to search for here a red. I think it would look cool. Now the rebuilding, it's always showing up. I'm just going to close it up. Of course, you cannot delete, you can close, but you should not delete. If you delete, it is not going to automatically rebuild anymore. So just close. And every time you want to close and open again and to test, you need to run the CLI. And as you can see, here we go. The hello world is working. The background is blue and the text is red. And let me try to put this text centered. See just if it is this easy or not. Exactly. If you put text center, it is going to automatically center the text. Now to center it vertically, it's a little bit more tricky, I believe. Yeah, it's a little bit more tricky to center it vertically as well. Of course, it is going to be really easy up to the moment that you start reading everything up, such as the flexbox, the layout, and the spacing. A lot of types of content that you can study. Of course, it is going to be really hard. Let me show you guys. Everything, if you want to style just a little bit of stuff, it is going to be a lot of classes. Of course, you can also create something like here, some themes. You can simply apply, instead of putting all of this, put a button. Of course, I don't know how to do it. If you want me to cover a little bit of the basics of Tailwind Css, just leave in the comments. With this, you are ready to start digging on your own, but I can help you a lot as well. So, in this video it's everything. Hope you guys enjoyed and see you soon.